Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the financial news and try to find the hidden stories within the numbers. Today we're diving into CubeSmart's latest filing, and let me tell you, it involves some interesting little tidbits that show how they're handling their business. Alright, so what exactly is this filing? It's called a Form 8K, a kind of report companies file, only when something pretty important happens. Think of it like a urgent bulletin board for investors, and this one from CubeSmart is all about their performance earlier this year. The official report date is August 1st, but the key event happened on July 31st. This means they were sharing their latest financial results with everyone on that day. Now, CubeSmart, what do? They're a big player in self-storage. You know, those storage units you see everywhere. That's their business, and it's a business that often does pretty well, especially when people need a bit more space. CubeSmart itself is incorporated in Maryland, but they operate as CubeSmart LP, which is actually based in Delaware. Think of it like this. CubeSmart is the main brand name, and then CubeSmart LP is the actual operating company. Their stock trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker CUBE, so if you're looking them up, that's what you'll see. The main reason for this report is to tell us about their financial results. Specifically, they announced how they did for the 3 and 6 month periods that ended on June 30th of 2025. And for these kinds of announcements, they usually attach an earnings press release which acts like a summary of their performance. This press release is the heart of the filing, giving investors the essential information about their financial health and operational highlights. Now, here's a little legal bit that's important. When they file this report, they're generally saying, hey, this info is for you to see, but it's not officially part of our running record with the SEC unless we specifically say it is. It's a way to share information without messing up their official filings too much, especially if it's something like an earnings release that might have forward-looking statements. And speaking of forward-looking statements, this part is key. Companies always include these. It's basically a disclaimer saying that while they expect certain things to happen in the future, things might change. They're looking ahead, but they're not guaranteeing the future. Things like economic changes or unexpected events could mean actual results are different from what they're predicting. It's all about managing expectations and protecting themselves legally. Then we get to the exhibits. This section just lists all the attached documents. It's like the table of contents at the back of a book. Here we see Exhibit 99.1, which is that earnings press release we talked about. This is where the real meat of the financial performance is shared. And then there's Exhibit 104, the cover page interactive data file. This is a technical detail about how their financial data is tagged for computers to read. It's important for regulatory compliance, making sure the data is structured so everyone can access and analyze it easily. Finally, we reach the signatures. This shows who is officially taking responsibility for the report. Here we see Timothy M. Martin signing off as Chief Financial Officer for both CubeSmart and CubeSmart. LP him signing, this means he's confirming on behalf of the company that the information presented is accurate to the best of his knowledge, and the date of signing is August 1st, 2025, which matches the report date. It's a formal agreement that the company is presenting its information transparently. So now let's look at what this earnings press release, Exhibit 99.1, actually tells us. Typically, these releases highlight the key financial metrics. For a company like CubeSmart, you're looking for things like revenue growth, profit margins, and how many of their storage units are actually being rented out. While the specific numbers aren't detailed in this 8K itself, the fact that they're issuing an 8K with an earnings release means they've hit a milestone or have important news to share. For CubeSmart, performance could be linked to broader economic trends when people are moving more or downsizing, or just need extra space for business inventory. Self-storage demand tends to rise, so we'd be looking for growth in revenue per available unit, occupancy rates, and how their operating expenses are managed. For example, if their occupancy rate went up by, say, 5%, that's not just a number. That means 5% more of their storage units are generating rental income. If they have 100 units, that's 5 more units paying them money. If their revenue per unit increased, it means they're either charging more for the same space or people are opting for bigger or more premium units. On the flip side, we'd watch for any rising costs. Are utility bills going up? Is property maintenance increasing? Are they spending more on marketing to attract new customers? All of these factors play a role in their bottom line, their actual profit. A 10% increase in revenue could look great, but if their operating costs also increase by 15%, then they're actually making less money. When we analyze a company like CubeSmart, we always compare their current performance to the same period last year. If revenue is up 8% this year compared to last year, that's positive. But if it was up 12% last year and only 8% this year, it suggests their growth might be slowing down, which is something investors would pay attention to. What we want to see is consistent growth and a healthy ability to convert their sales into actual profit. Considering the self-storage market, it's relatively stable but can be sensitive to interest rates and housing market activity. Higher interest rates can make it more expensive for people to borrow money, potentially impacting their ability to afford storage or move. A strong housing market, on the other hand, often means more people are moving, which typically drives demand for storage. So, my take on CubeSmart based on this filing? This report is a confirmation that they are actively communicating their financial performance as required by the SEC. The real insights would be in that Exhibit 99.1 earnings release, which we'd need to analyse for the specific numbers. However, the very act of issuing this 8K signals a commitment to transparency. What we're looking for is a company that shows steady growth in both occupancy and rental rates, while keeping its operating costs in check. If their reported numbers show increasing revenue and profits, it suggests they're navigating the current economic climate effectively and meeting customer demand. Any slowdown in growth or a significant increase in expenses would be a flag to watch closely. So what's your take on CubeSmart's latest financial update? Do you think self-storage is a good bet right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of corporate finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for even more discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.